Hello, my name is Josh Boutwood and I'm going to show you how to sear a tuna. When selecting the tuna, you want to ensure that the tuna is great, vibrant red colour. Anything that goes to the grey side signifies that it's been out of the ocean a little bit too long. We were lucky today in finding this beautiful red tuna, and the idea is to get the top loins to ensure that we get this beautiful shape of a steak. If you get the tuna and you've got a heavy amount of the bloodline, you want to try and remove some of it, as this can be quite bitter once cooked. A little bit of the bloodline is good. It adds a little bit additional texture as well. There is a hint of flavour to it. So once we get this beautiful shape of a steak, we can begin to start slicing. And to sear a tuna, you don't want the tuna to be too thin. We want to have it quite thick so we can still keep it at a medium doneness from the inside. So each steak will roughly be around 200 to 220 grams. This is a good portion for one person. Always keep it chilled up until the point that we're going to start cooking it. We do recommend that you bring it out of the chiller about 10 to 15 minutes before you start cooking so that the temperature of the tuna reduces slightly towards room temperature. Closer to the time when we're going to be cooking, we're going to season the steaks. But before that, we want to add a little bit of salt to ice cold water, and this would be about 6%, which would mimic that of the ocean, to replenish any salt that we have lost during the transportation of the fish from the ocean to the restaurant or your house. So this would be a brine, and we're just going to dip the steaks into the water, which has been seasoned with 6% salt, just for about 2 minutes. From this point, we can remove and pat dry until ready for cooking. So once 2 minutes has elapsed, we're going to remove the steaks from the salt water and just rest on a clean tray and pat dry with a clean cloth to remove any of the excess brine. At this stage, we can reserve it in the chiller, ready for dinner. So bring a pan to high heat, and you're going to add a nice coating of oil. Use a good oil. Today we're using extra virgin. I'm going to season the pan with a light seasoning of kosher salt. As you can see, the pan is now starting to smoke from the oil, and we're going to gently lower the steak in. And we're going to cook each side for about 30 to 40 seconds. Occasionally move it around the pan just to ensure that it doesn't stick. And very gently flip it over and sear the other side. We don't recommend it well done because then you lose a lot of its integral flavour as well as texture. Now once this is ready, we want to let it rest as you would a meat, just to keep it as juicy as possible.